Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we will upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister Vetta.
Hi guys.
Hi. And so for this month, our theme is graduation slash graduating. And we are doing the really good movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So, Betta, before we get started on our review, our little chit chat, we're going to ask the most important question. And then that is, what are you drinking?
I am just drinking a rum and coke because I'm so freaking hot. I didn't have time to figure it out. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
are.
I need something that yeah, I'm sweating so bad. I'm like guzzling it down. I did have a completely different plan, but oh well.
That's how life goes
Yeah.
sometimes. Okay, so I am drinking what is called a day off.
Nice.
And it's okay, so the real quick, it's Bacardi with peach liqueur, so just peach schnapps or whatever. And then it's got cream of coconut, which I was like, that sounds naughty, but it's actually
It's
just like it's a thing. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a thing. And then
yeah.
it's got orange juice, pineapple juice, and then that's it.
Why
And
does every drink have fucking pineapple juice in
that's
it?
what
Is it
I'm
tea?
saying. I don't know. It is good. It almost tastes like a fuzzy navel. It
Oh,
just a little
yeah.
bit different. It's more it tastes more like alcohol-y than because I probably had a little too much Bacardi, you know what I'm saying?
What's
So
wrong with that?
yeah,
Bacardi's
yeah,
amazing.
exactly. Nothing's wrong with that. So
Yeah,
it's
because
not
like
as
that's like a
fruity.
screwdriver. I love a screwdriver,
Oh
but
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like them in a restaurant. Like I like them when I make them because it's not so orangey. It's
Exactly. Yeah.
more
Yeah.
liquid.
There's a flathead
Mhm.
screwdriver, and you're like, no, I want the good stuff.
I want the fancy
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so this movie, Vetta, I love this movie. I don't know if you love this movie, but it's John.
So much.
Yeah. So it's John Hughes, and I
When
really
does
liked
he
it.
ever make a bad movie?
I
Like,
know, right?
they're
Exactly. We
all so
should
good.
maybe next season we'll do all John Hughes movies for one
Oh,
month.
1 month,
Oh.
that's only four. I feel like we would do a whole
Right.
season of
But I
John
mean,
Hughes.
we could. Okay, so it follows Ferris Bueller, right? And he has come up with this elaborate scheme to get out of school.
Diabolical. I love it.
Now, I just want to say right now, his he when he says at the beginning of the movie when he's getting out of school and he's like, "Not my best performance." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, it isn't your best performance." Because I would have been like, "Get your ass up! You're going to school, liar." He's like, "Get
Right.
my the part that really would have set me off if I was a parent because we're both parents is when he's like, "Papa," and I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get out of here! You've never called me Papa before,
No,
you little
mine
ass."
was when he pretended he couldn't see his sister. He's like, Jeannie, where are you? I
Is that
can't see that
you?
far. Is
Yeah,
that you?
exactly, exactly.
I'd have been like, oh, now this is too much. You ain't winning an Oscar. Get to school.
Exactly. And I did now I don't know about you, but when I first saw this movie, when he sets up that mannequin with the statue in the door, I was like, as a kid, I was like, this is brilliant. I need to do this. But I was like, I don't have access to a mannequin. I mean, who does? But I thought that
I'm
that
sure
was
for a certain price, you could buy it on Amazon
probably well,
nowadays.
now you get yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. You can buy anything on Amazon these days. But and I love how okay, now one question I want to ask you this question because it was driving me mental the whole movie because I never realized, okay?
Yeah.
He's a senior, right? Because he talks about how he's going to go off to college and his best friend's going to go off to college and his girlfriend's going to got one more year.
Yeah.
How old is his sister who looks like she's 30? Like, how old is she? How old is she? She's going to the exact same high school as him, which, by the way, that high school, I want to talk, I've got lots of things to talk about. But how old is she that she's bitching and moaning and then she's like, looks older than him? She's getting taken off to jail. And I'm all like,
I always thought they were twins.
yeah, that's what I thought. Like, that's what was going through my mind. But I'm all like, they never mention it, not once in this movie.
No, but I always thought they were twins because of how she is at school and
That
she
that
got a car and he got a computer
that makes
and
sense.
And there's that little, and I always feel like you and your brother were always two peas in a pod, but I always feel like when it comes to boy and girl fraternal twins, it's a little bit different. They're
Hmm.
not quite as, you know, yay, I'm a twin as identical twins are.
Right on.
So, so I always just assumed they were twins.
Right. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. We're just gonna say they're twins. Okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe she's a junior. I don't know. And maybe when he turned 16 and didn't get a car and got a computer, they didn't have enough money to buy a car. But I want to know what the hell kind of house is his mom selling that she goes, I was going to take my commission off of the, what was it? The
Vermont deal.
Vermont and buy him a car. I was like, what the heck is with the Vermont people buying?
Exactly, the Vermont deal. I love how she, I didn't close the Vermont deal. I'm like, the Vermont deal sounds like a big deal and
The
everything, but
Vermont bill I would have been like, oh, well, she can have some
yeah,
tough love and wait in jail while I figure this out.
exactly. You could have waited till 5, honey. That she wasn't going anywhere. She was sitting there making out with Charlie Sheen. She was
Right?
fine.
Which was
Which,
amazing when he's in that. And then and now knowing his history, you're like, was that really acting or
yeah,
did
yeah,
he just show
exactly
up at
right.
work that day?
He's all winning. Okay. So now okay, I just want to say right now, I don't know if you ever skipped school. I only skipped school once, got caught, never did it again.
I
Um,
skipped school a lot, but I got caught one time and Jan our mother
our mother,
turned me in. Our mother turned me
of
in.
course she did. That's our mother.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go to school and get an
Yeah,
education.
and took me back to school and
Oh
turned me
man.
in, and I just spent 2 days in school suspension,
Oh
which
man.
is the
That is our
worst.
that is our mother. That is
That is,
so our mother. Yeah, that's so our mother. Okay,
but
so
she didn't know I had skipped school many times before then. We had got normally our brother Don would call in and pretend to be dad and call me in sick. And
mm,
he made a mistake this time, and at the end called the attendance office lady ma'am. So she was like, well, that's weird. Dads
mm.
don't call me ma'am, and called dude. And of course, dude told Jan, and Jan hunted me down.
Oh yeah, yeah. She was a bounty hunter.
Yeah. Can
Okay,
I say this about this
go
movie?
ahead.
This was the first movie that I'd ever seen where a character turned and talked to the audience.
Oh yeah, they broke the fourth wall.
Yep. They broke
Oh,
the
that's
fourth
good.
wall, and I absolutely love it. Because this was the
I'm
first
not a
movie I'd
fan.
ever seen. You're not a fan?
I'm not a fan of breaking the fourth wall, but it's fine.
He does an amazing job of it, though.
Yeah, I don't need my characters to talk to me. It's like, honey, I can see what you're doing. I don't need you to talk to me about it.
So did you believe his whole thing when he was talking about the the three rules or whatever
Of
of,
acting sick?
yeah.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, like this is the thing though. Me, I when my kids have a fever, I don't let them go to school, and I wouldn't call the doctor unless it was like crazy
Right.
serious.
Well, now
So,
most schools are like, as long as it's below 100, they can, well, now since COVID, no, but it used to be anything over 100, they had to stay home. Now
yeah.
it's any fever at all. But did you ever do that? I always faked a fever. I would put my hands around a light bulb and get them warm and then rub them on my forehead because Jan would always touch our forehead heads, you
Right
know?
on. I would just make fake vomit and then just like and that you just put a bunch of shit in a bag and then you just throw some water in there and you just crush it up and then I would just dump it on the floor somewhere. And just like I threw up.
You are mean.
Or you dump it in the toilet. You just dump it in the
I was
toilet.
gonna
Like
say, did you really ever just dump it on the floor? Because then Jan
yeah,
had to clean up
I did one
the
time
dick
and
move.
well, but our aunt had to clean it up. She offered to clean it up and everything.
Oh, that's okay.
Although it looked fake. Like I was just like, oh, they fell for it. It looked fake because there was like a whole piece of bread in there. I didn't mush it up good enough. Anyways, okay. So I want to talk about his elaborate day off of school. I don't
There's
know
no way
how.
he's doing all that in
That's
one
what
day.
I said because he's like, we've got till 6. I'm like, you did all that in 6 in like what was it 8 hours? Like there was a lot there. I'm like, you guys went to a parade, which
They went
I'm
to
like,
a parade,
yeah, they
a
went to a
museum,
museum, a fancy restaurant,
a baseball game.
baseball game. They swam around in the pool slash hot tub,
They went to the stock market to
stock market.
watch the
Yeah,
trading going
yeah,
on.
exactly. What else did they do? they had to hang out and chit chat by the ocean because what's his face is
With
dad's
catatonic
car.
on him.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
had to pick
exactly.
Simone up from, or is that her name? Yeah, up
Yeah,
from school.
yeah. There was so much going on in this one day that I'm all like, I don't think that they had
They
enough
did
time for
more in
this.
one day than I do in a week.
That's so true, right? That's the truth. They did do so much. Like I'm just like, and some of that shit, I'm just like, I don't care who you are, but I like that restaurant guy. I'd have been like, although back then they got away with it because we didn't have cell phones and like the
Yeah.
internet readily available to us. But he's like, you're the sausage king of Chicago. I'd have been like, I don't think so. You look like you're 17. There's no way you're the
And
sausage
I
king.
love that he called him Snooty.
A snooty.
You're being snooty. And he's like snotty. Like he's
Yeah, yeah. I also just want to say, like, for some weird reason, everybody loved Ferris Bueller, and I didn't think Ferris was all that great. I mean, like, sure, he was like a friendly person, but like he was all like I don't know, he just seemed like it was too good to be true. Like he could do anything for
he
you.
very much was entitled and I rule the world.
Yeah.
Like
But I mean, like, I did like how everybody believed his like nonsense, like, oh, you need a kidney, and he's like, and everything, and I'm all like, no, he doesn't. Get that shit out of here. I'm like, I would not. I don't know.
remember they're freshmen. They're dumb.
I would have been more like his sister. I'd have been like, he's faking it. Okay, I want to talk about my favorite part of this movie, but we have to set it up, okay, just a little bit. So the principal, right? He does not believe any of this bullshit.
Talking about I love it too. Do it, do
Yeah.
it.
I want to just say real quick, my favorite part happens later on in the movie, but I want to talk real quick about the principal and his
Grace.
dynamic slash relationship with that secretary. It
Grace.
is,
I love
yeah,
Grace.
yeah, Grace is great, but my favorite part of the movie is when he's at Ferris's house, but we'll talk about that later. So when he's at the high school with Grace, and they're just chit-chatting away, right? Like they're just best friends, they're besties and everything. But he treats her like shit sometimes. Like he's all like, like whatever. And but I love when he's on the phone with Simone's dad, but fake dad,
Which
because
is
it's
Cameron
just Cameron
pretending to be the
pretending her
chief
dad.
of police.
And he's all like, yeah. He's like, this is Ferris Bueller. I'm gonna catch him and everything. She's like, oh yeah, good sir, and everything. And then she's like, he's like, hi, this is Ferris. I'm calling for principal, whatever. And she's just like, oh, and everything. And then and then she's like, Ed, and she's like just like waving him down and everything. And she's like, and he's like, what? And she's like, Ferris Bueller's, but yeah, Ferris Bueller's online too. And the look on his face is just like, oh,
She doesn't say it panicked at all. She goes all professional and it's all like Ferris Bueller's online too.
yeah, so good. Okay, I want to talk about my favorite part of this movie, and then we'll continue with some other stuff.
I
But
gotta put my drink down because every time I see this, I know it's coming and it makes me laugh so
it makes me
hard.
laugh too. Okay, so the principal gets into his house because his sister comes home, right? The sister comes home and because she's all like, he's faking it. I'm gonna prove it. She runs upstairs, she swings open his door, the mannequin pops up, she's like, I knew it, right? So then she's in her bedroom, right? Trying to get a hold of her mom. And the principal comes in because she left the door unlocked, okay? And he's sneaking around in her kitchen and she comes downstairs because she hears the door close, right? And so she's on one side of the wall, he's on the other side of the wall, and they're both sneaking. And then you hear her say, Ferris, and he says, Bueller. And she pops, she goes, ha. And then he comes out and he says, ha. And then she's like, ah, and she just kicks him in the face twice and then runs away. And the look on, I laugh every time. The look on her face is the best thing ever. And then I can't hear you. And then she runs up the stairs and she's like hiding underneath a blanket, like that's gonna do anything. And ooh, yeah, you're high pitch now.
After she kicks him, she, her whole body turns
You're right.
upstairs, but she looks back at him and screams.
Yeah, you're right. Like her feet are just like tippy toeing it, but her body is just like a plank and everything as she's running. It's so good. I kind of felt bad for her also when she called the police station and they didn't believe her. I'm all like, what kind of a police station is this? Where she's all like, there is an intruder in my house. And they're like, you're lying. There's no
Oh, my
intruder in
favorite
your
when she's
house.
like, "There's an intruder in my house. I am cute and young, and I don't know what my body violated or murdered. Help!" You know,
Right? Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah, and then I love when she gets on the horn and she's all like, "Hey, intruder, I have my father's gun and a raging case of herpes." It's so good. So
And I
good. So
called the police. That
I've
was her
called the
problem. She said I called the police, and he left the house.
right. Yeah, yeah. It was so good and everything. I That's my favorite part of the movie. I laugh every time. It's so good. Okay.
Every time I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh," I just vision it and it cracks me up. Oh my god, that is the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah. One thing, so one thing that I didn't really like, I mean, I understood it, but I wasn't like, so the car, right? So his dad has this Ferrari. Oh,
An
Cameron's
antique.
dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cameron's dad. It's an antique or whatever. Don't ask me what kind of Ferrari it is. I don't remember what
Red.
they said. Red. It's a red Ferrari. Yep. And they take it to that parking garage. And I love how the guy's all like, he talks like a fucking Muppet. And he's all like, hey. He's like, I'll take good care of it for you. And I was like, I
I
wouldn't
wanna
trust him.
know how much did those guys drive? Because didn't he say, Cameron, what was the mileage on this? And
Yeah, and
he says like 1,100 or
yeah,
something
and it's
like
at like
that, and it's at
300.
3,000. Where
Yeah.
did these guys go?
Yeah, where did they
In
drove
8
around
hours.
Chicago. They drove everywhere in Chicago. Yeah. Which I'm just like, you guys would have been fired. Like, there's no way you're a parking attendant just being able to leave for the whole day. And then okay, so I instead of like, so Cameron like immediately, like you said, goes catatonic or whatnot. And I'm all like, I'm me, and they're like going to the beach and everything, and they're hanging out by the pool, and I'm all like, Ferris, you need to get your plan into motion. Get this car driving backwards and shit, like right now. Stop doing your shit and everything. Help your buddy out. And then he fucks it up, okay? So they're in the garage and Cameron's sitting there and he's going off about how his dad treats him like shit or whatever. And he's trying to be like the best son ever, but he's never going to be able to do it. And yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And while he's doing this, he's kicking in the front part of the car. First off, this fucker is strong because I'm telling you right now, I don't think I could dent an old school fender like he did. He
Right.
dented
Those
like
things are made real good.
yeah.
They're
It's
not
not like
today's shitty cars where you just shut the door with your hip and you dent
yeah,
it.
exactly. I was all like, when I like I remembered it, but then when I saw this recent time watching it, I was just like, man, he's got to be real. I don't think I could dent an old
Nope.
school car, especially the metal bumper.
No, not a chance.
Like I'm all like, and then I'm all like, yeah, I'm just the whole time I'm all like, why are you kicking this thing anyways, dude? I'm all like, what is this gonna do? Like nothing. You're just
He's
like,
jealous of the car.
yeah, which I'm all like, that's so funny.
So how would you have handled this if you were
If
Cameron and it didn't work?
if what didn't work.
The rolling back the speedometer.
The thing about that is it's like when the car goes backwards and gets demolished. I'm all like, there's you just explain what happened. I'd be like, listen, we took it to Chicago for a day. Some
Oh,
parking attendants took it and they drove around Chicago for 8 hours.
oh,
Okay.
see, you're way better than me
Because
because
I just
I would have been like, I didn't, what are you talking about? I would have been like, because he says his parents already hate each other. I'd be like, maybe mom took it for a couple of rides. When was the last time you checked it?
so you would let the mom get beat that night. You're nice. That's nice. She's gonna
If
take a
it
good
kept me from getting beat,
oh, okay. Look at you. You're heartless, bitch. Anyways, no, on me, I was just like, what are you gonna do, Dad? Huh? What are you gonna do,
I'm gonna
fucker?
beat your ass. That's
Yeah,
what he's gonna
I can kick in a bumper, a metal
do. That
bumper. You
is
want to mess
true.
with
That
me?
is true.
I've got Hulk legs, and so, okay. Now I just want to say, Simone or Sloane is very sexy. I just want to say that right now, and very mature looking for her age in this movie. Although I don't think she was 17 or whatever she is in this age. She was probably older. Um, but you think they ended up together like later on down the road, like married and stuff?
Probably. They seem like the type. I don't know. I don't really care either.
Oh, they should do a sequel. That'd be fun.
They should, but I feel like he would have been up to shenanigans as a grown up too. So,
Oh, right on. So, okay. Now also, I don't know, except okay, so they go to that restaurant, right?
yes.
What was the name of that restaurant? It was like,
Oh, it was a French restaurant.
yeah, I was trying to remember it because I was like, I don't think I would. Hold on, I have a, I have to edit this out. I have a hair in my mouth.
Gross.
Yeah,
Gross.
it's in there.
TMI. TMI. I don't need to know that.
Well, I'm talking like I've got peanut butter at the top of my mouth. Okay. So the restaurant they go to, uh Ches uh Cruise, whatever that. I don't know what it's called. What do you think they ordered? What do you think they ordered?
A burger. Simone ordered a Caesar salad, and the
Right
boys
on.
ordered burgers and fries.
Right on. Hold on, I'm trying to look.
What are you trying to look for?
If this is a real restaurant.
Oh. So the Simone chick, her name was Mia something, and she was 19 when this movie was made.
Oh, right on. Yeah, she was hot. She's been in some stuff that I like her in. She was
Mhm,
in that Legend movie. I really like her in that.
mhm.
Um, so okay.
Dead
I'm
air for a
trying.
podcast is amazing.
That I can get that out. Okay, so
So Christy Swanson was in this too. She also plays a character named Simone. She's in Ben Stei's class, where he goes Bueller, Bueller, and she does my favorite thing where she like in my mind she invented this. I know she didn't, but she didn't because he's going Bueller, Bueller, and she raises her hand and goes, "So my best friend's brother, sister's girlfriend saw Ferris at the Dairy Queen, and then with my sister's boyfriend's best friend's dog walkers saw him pass out." I guess it's serious.
right
Like,
on. Okay, so all right, so I want to talk about the principal real quick. So we already talked about him and his relationship. Ed, yes, love Ed. I love Ed because Ed. First off, I just want to say one real quick before we get to Ed. The computer, okay, there's no way Ferris Bueller is hacking into the school computer with his big ass box on his desk back in what, the
Apple was
80s.
huge in the 80s, though, where it was
There's
just kids with an old Macintosh computer.
there's no way he's breaking into he's
Oh, I don't think
hacking.
he was smart
Yeah,
enough at
yeah.
all.
Okay, now Ed. Okay, so Ed is a little obsessed with this. I would have let it go. Would have been like, fine.
He takes
9.
his job very
Yeah, but
seriously.
he took it way too seriously. He's like sneaking into like their house.
He's
That's
missed school
insane. 9
9 times.
times.
I
Me
don't
personally,
remember Ferris being sick 9 times.
yeah, exactly. I'd be like, well, you're a bad mother, honey. I would have just let it go and just been like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna change this back from 2 to 9. And I would have just been like, okay, you know what? It's fine. What we're gonna do is if he wants to take the day off, fine. But he's got 9 absences on his chart.
Yeah.
Then he goes and he gets mauled by that fucking Rottweiler. And I'm just like, dude, let it go. Okay. You got your shoe all fucked up. You got attacked by a Rottweiler. You got kicked in the face. Okay.
Have you ever been this dedicated for any job you've ever had?
No, no, no. He gets his car ticketed and towed. And then I love at the end when he gets on the school bus and that girl's like, "You want a gummy bear?" What does she say? It's chair
Pockets all day, so they're nice and
and
warm.
warm. And then I love how he just throws it. I would have ate it. I've been like, "Yeah, I would love a gummy bear." I'm like, "Yeah, I would like to if you have another one." But I'm all like, you kind of deserve what you got because you're just being ridiculous at this point. This is too obsessed, in my opinion.
And the
And then
bus driver, I love her. Did you
oh
see
yeah,
fight.
Yeah, yeah, I would have been like, no, I got mugged. So and then I didn't like at the end because I know you like it when he's like, what? You're still here? Go on, go. I'd have been I'm just like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I'll stay all I want, fucker. Listen, Ferris.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't a cut scene at the end because so many movies do that.
Right?
I don't like throwbacks like where other movies now do it because so many other movies now will do that where like halfway through the credits they'll come on and be like, "You're still here? Go ahead and go. The show's over."
Yeah,
And you're
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. I also okay. Now, so can we talk about the fashion slash hairstyles? Okay.
"Mhm,
So loved it. Although I have to admit, I wasn't a huge fan of his leopard slash cheetah print sweater vest that he had and everything, but the
yeah.
leather jacket, loved the jacket. And I normally don't like what is that fringe on the
Oh,
things
but
that
it
dangled.
worked for her.
Hers
It
looked
looked
good. It
so
was good.
good.
Yeah, she
She had
looked
the nice
good.
denim shorts, the nice
Yeah.
white tee with the fringe jacket. She was even wearing cowboy boots. I hate cowboy boots, but man,
Mhm.
her whole outfit was
She looked
spot
great. She looked
on.
great. Cameron was, just in a
A
hockey
typical
jersey. Yeah,
boy. He
yeah.
had a hockey jersey on.
But
Typical boy outfit.
one thing, okay, so when they're at the end in the pool and Ferris and they're down to their skivvies or whatever, Ferris has on these like I don't know if it was pink or whatever, these pink like leopard print boxers. I told my wife, I was like, immediately when I saw them, I was like, I want a pair of those. I was like, I want a pair of those. I need to find them now.
Like,
I
Ferris, where'd
did.
you get those?
I did. I ordered them. It's okay. They're on their way.
Excellent. You
But
surprise your wife one night and be
oh
like,
yeah,
"Look at
yeah.
these
Yeah,
bad
I'm gonna put that
boys."
yeah, I'm gonna put that on that I'm too sexy. Just walk in with those and everything.
Are you gonna do that? I'm too sexy for my shirt, rip your shirt off, and then be like, "Just me
No, I'm
and
just gonna come in that with the
my
underwear.
boxer."
Yeah, just with the underwear. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. And then one other thing that I wanted to talk about because it's so iconic is when they have the parade. Now, I just want to say they have this parade
Why?
and I guess it is an actual parade, but first off, I just want to say I hate parades. They're so annoying. They stop
They're the
traffic.
worst.
Yeah, they're the worst. They stop traffic. They ruin my whole day. I'm trying to get to where I'm going. I don't need your
And
stupid
the
fucking.
only people that go to watch parades are people that have no life or their children are in the parade.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and by the looks of this parade, it looked freaking terrible. But I was just like, whatever,
Horrible.
it's fine. So he gets on a float, which I just want to say how he got on this float and everything was hunky dory is beyond me, but it's Ferris, so whatever. And he
Apparently, he
starts,
has a free pass for whatever he wants.
yes, he starts lip syncing Donka Shame. That was the first one. And which I just have to admit, I don't personally like that song. I think it's kind of annoying, but whatever. And then he starts singing Twist and Shout by the Beatles, my favorite.
And
And
a flash mob
oh
starts.
yeah, yeah.
The
Oh,
band marching
those
band knows the song he
yes,
wants.
I just want to say those black people on the stairs were they made this movie awesome
They do.
because they were just like stepping in step and I was just like, what's going on here? Hey
That was a
guys.
flash mob before flash mob was
Yeah,
a
exactly.
thing.
And they're just like dancing on the stairs. I'm like, look at you guys
I'm like,
go.
they
I'm like,
have
this
more
is
rhythm in their
fun.
little pinky than I have in my whole
Yeah,
body. Like
yeah. And
their heads were moving, but their feet and their bodies were moving different ways. And I'm like, my body doesn't work like that.
yeah, and during this scene, they showed so many butts just to jiggle in. I'm all like, "What's going on here? We don't need to see this. We don't need." But it's fine. It's fine. I love you, John Hughes. It's fine. And then I also like the guy that was like dancing, but he was like shaking really, really fast. I was like, "What's going on here? What's going on? This is not that kind of song, buddy. This is not that kind of song. You don't start doing the robot during Twist and Shout, okay? You just like what's going on here and everything. And I love how his dad is in his office and he can like hear the parade. I'm all like, what's going on? Aren't you like high up and everything? And then he starts dancing in his office. I'm like, why are you dancing?
And he's doing like the white guy version
Yeah,
of
there's
the
no
twist.
need
That's
for this.
terrible.
Like, yeah, there's no need for this. There's no
No.
need for this. But and I love how the little polka dancers, whatever they were, they've all got a choreographed dance. I'm like, look at you ladies who didn't know
Yep.
this was gonna happen, but you have a choreographed dance. You guys are fun.
Oh yeah. They
Which
knew
makes
what
me
they were doing.
yeah, it does make me wonder though if if they did have they had that choreographed and they didn't, but Ferris showed up and he did his whole thing, so they were just like, ooh, let's make it a little fun, you know, because
Yeah.
they were
Well,
kind of, go ahead.
it might be one of those things where they had a dance choreographed like cheerleaders
Yeah,
do,
that's what I'm
and no
saying.
matter
Yeah.
what the song is, it works.
That's a good point too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So is there anything else you want to talk about in this movie?
No, I love this movie. If you haven't seen it, my husband and I finally were watching it, and our two teenage daughters walked in, and they were like, "Oh, what are you watching?" And we're like, "Ferris Bueller's Day Off." And they came in at separate times, and both of them were like, "Oh, I've never seen the whole thing." And we were like, "Oh my God, we have failed as parents." We are like, "You
Mm,
must watch this."
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, my
it's
kids are too young to watch this now. They won't care, but when they get older, hopefully they'll want to watch it and everything. Yeah, no, I agree. I loved this movie. It's so good. It's like it's just one of those classic. I think John Hughes movies are just classics anyways. I'm like he's just one of those people like
he
whenever you
touches it and it turns to gold.
exactly. It's too bad he died. It's a bummer. But yeah, he was great. Would you suggest this movie?
Absolutely
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And we'll have to think about doing some more John Hughes movies because he's great.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if there's a John Hughes movie I don't love.
I agree. I can't think of one on any of them off the top of my head because
No, all the
they're
ones that I keep thinking of are all the ones that I love, and even when I, like, go past, like, all of the ones that I love the most and get to ones that you know, I still love, but not as much as, like, Breakfast Club or 16 Candles or
right.
whatever, I still can't find one I don't like. I love them all.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I personally want to see the movies that he didn't get made because there's a handful of those. But yeah. All right. Is there anything else that you would like to share about this movie or anything else?
So, we didn't talk about when Ed
Oh,
drops the potted
yeah, what a
plant on the
dickhole.
dog.
Yeah,
What an
yeah,
asshole!
yeah, yeah,
The dog's doing his job of protecting the house,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you
And
just knocked him out cold,
yeah,
possibly killed him. We know he doesn't die
he
because
doesn't die.
he attacks him later,
Right.
but still, I'm
He
like,
deserved it.
that's it's totally
Yeah.
deserved.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I love when he sticks his head in the doggy door like that's a good idea because I'm all like, honey, they have a doggy door for a reason. And then I
not
love how
for
he
you to
sticks
sneak through,
yeah,
buddy.
and I love how he sticks it in there and the dog just comes around the corner and he just stays there. As soon as I saw a dog of any kind, I would have booked it like right away. And he's just like, hey, buddy. He's like, "Rrrr," and he's like, and the dog's like not having. He's like, hey, asshole, I'm gonna eat you. And he's just like looking at him like a big dummy.
The whole thing of if my head stays in the doggy door, he's biting
Yeah,
my
yeah.
face. At least if I turn around, he's getting my ass, and it's got a little more cushion than my face.
Oh, see, yeah, no, I just was like the when he was doing that, I was just like when I had forgotten he had stuck it in the doggy door, but as soon as he did, I was like, oh, I remember this now. But I'm just like, you idiot! I'm all like, he's gonna eat you, and you deserve it for being so stupid. You're gonna lose
And so
something.
and then he knocks the dog out cold, and he goes into the house because this happens to be also the same time Jennifer Grey comes home.
Yeah.
Um, after she I can't even without laughing. After she kicks his ass, like, with her dancer, she
Yeah,
goes
with their dancer foot to the face, in the face.
goes to the kitchen sink and starts cleaning him.
You're right. like, hey, fucker, get out. He makes so many bad choices in this movie. He's a big dummy.
Like, there's a reason Ed is a school administrator because he made bad
Yeah.
choices in
He
his
did
life.
make bad choices. Yeah,
I think
he's
he was trying to avoid going to Vietnam. That's why he became an administrator.
yeah, he's oh, just so stupid.
Oh
Like I'm all
god.
like, oh, you're such a big dummy. But
But
yeah,
I love it, every bit of it,
love it.
because he makes this movie that whole scene where she kicks him in the face, my favorite part.
Absolutely the best.
I love it. I
Love it.
mean, there is nothing about that that I can complain about, so
Nothing, nothing. All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up there, you guys. Thank you so much for listening to us and everything. Please make sure to follow us on Twitter or X, as they call it now for the youngins. Our name is BS Drunk Pod, and check us out there to stay updated and everything. We leave you some fun facts and everything. So throw up some pictures of ourselves every now and then. Super fun. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, you guys, please leave us a 5-star review and a positive one at that. We would really appreciate it, and it helps us out monetarily wise. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to us on there and hit the like button on all our videos. And that's at YouTube, and we're BS Drunk Movie Reviews there. Also, you guys, we do have a Patreon with plenty of different levels that will suit any of your needs and everything, or your interests. And what we do there, you guys, is we do review movies, but we go through franchises. We've done plenty of them. We've done Ghostbusters, Scream, the Bring It On series. Super fun. They're really interesting to, for us at least, to go through this whole series and just
Some
like
are
be like,
painful.
some are painful, but some of them, so worth it. So worth it. But you guys, most importantly, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.